Yeah. You know, it's not that difficult being homeless when you are. You do learn very fast what is necessary to survive, and I really didn't want to survive. I wanted to use the court system so that I could sue you. Now, the taking of my sons on July 2nd of 2011, where my wife had alleged domestic violence and child abuse, yes, where I wasn't a resident of the state of Washington. These professional persons in each and every state of the United States that are under the Browns Act, poop. I highlighted this for those that are attorneys. See, any act, omission, or other allegation of misconduct is investigated, yes, of the allegation not completed with 1 year, yeah. Public agency discovery by a person authorized to initiate an investigation of the allegation of an act, omission, or other misconduct, yes. Now, could you tell me what agencies right now? Well, my wife abducted my sons. Right. You issued a protection order. Then she motioned the court for dissolution of marriage, and you had me arrested at the same moment of serving me. Yes. And then she motioned the court for default dissolution of marriage. Yes. And I never got notice. Now, these agencies right now, every fucking one of you, um, this whole idea that you as a police department, yes, a sheriff's department, a state, yes, can get away with any act, omission, or misconduct, yes, as if these laws are not enforceable. Poop. Now, this 1 year limitation period shall apply only if the act, omission, or other misconduct occurred on or after January 1st of 2012. Yeah. In the event that the public agency determines that discipline may be taken, it shall complete its investigation and notify the police employee of its proposed disciplinary action within that year. Now, if the act, omission, or other allegation of misconduct is also subject to a criminal investigation or criminal prosecution, the time during which the criminal investigation or criminal prosecution is pending shall toll the 1 year time period. Now, I emailed you, yes, on November 15th of 2015, Sequim Police Department, that the petitioner didn't sign this. Yes. You issued it for 10 years. And this minor would have been 14 5 months later. Yeah. This minor would have been 14 1 year and approximately 5 months later. Yes. This minor is 14 years old. Yes. And you say you can't remove this because they're all going to have a mental illness for the rest of their lives. Well, I think there is an act, omission, or misconduct on the part of law enforcement. Now, which of you individuals that does the investigating and the prosecuting of criminal conduct, yes, is actually good employers? Well, what seems to be the issue, if the police employee waives the 1 year time period in writing, the time period shall be told for the period of time specified in the written waiver. If the investigation is a multi-jurisdictional investigation that requires a reasonable extension for coordination of the involved agencies, yeah. Exactly what agencies are involved in the investigating and the prosecuting of any act, omission, or other allegation of misconduct? Well, who the fuck does this? This is a law. Oh, somebody needs to be doing this. Now, which of you idiot fucks right now is not doing what the law says? I gave you the evidence, right, that this traffic citation, I wasn't in Sequim. Yes, at 7:47 a.m. on December 31st of 2015. I was in a homeless shelter and I was on the bus that morning. Yes. Which of you agencies is going to, well, every fucking one of you that has knowledge. I'm suing the investigative agencies that are obligated to investigate and prosecute any and all police officers in every police department of the United States of America because nobody wants them. Well, let's see here. Involves an allegation of workers' compensation fraud on the part of the police employee. Yes, fraud. Let's say you've been employed for the last 3 years and you should have been arrested when you had the false police report. Yes, the false arrest. Yes, and then made me go to court. Yes, and then you refused to admit the exculpatory evidence. Yeah, and you wouldn't let me call my sons as witnesses in my favor or anybody else. Yes, and then you wouldn't look at the circumstances around the allegations. I think there's a lawsuit here. Oh, I think there's a lawsuit on the part of the state of Washington right now. Now, what idiot employee